2025, YouTube turns 20 years old. How crazy is that? In these 2 decades, the platform evolved so much. First, it was one guy at the zoo talking about elephants. Then you blink and suddenly, Mr. Beast is publicly executing 1,000 people while the whole world is watching. And meanwhile, there are people doing 4-hour expose videos about how Mr. Beast shouldn't publicly execute people. And while that is going on, there are other people making 10-hour expose videos about how executing people is okay actually. And the people mad about it are just crybabies. There's even videos about those videos being wrong. With all of that being just a tiny sliver of the content being spat out every single day, you have all kinds of slop content farms, drama channels, reaction channels. You also have all of these beautiful works of art from comedians, reviewers, animators, commentators. YouTube has become this amalgamation of genuine masterpieces and horrific catastrophes that can reach an audience only here and nowhere else. Not on cable, not on streaming, and especially not on another social media app. The videos on this platform are so varied, I simply cannot describe them accurately without the 10-hour video of my own. But is the fact that YouTube has gotten so big a good thing? Can you still thrive and make a career out of doing what you love and posting whatever you want to make?
So how much do you get paid for doing this?
That's the thing. I just do this for fun.
Or has the concept of being a YouTuber lost all meaning with the bottomless sea of useless content being made nowadays simply to make money? To find that out, why don't we take a deeper look at one of the most iconic examples for success on this platform? A channel that's been around since the start and gone through a lot of changes. You saw the title, we're talking about Smosh today.
Do some of these people even know what Smosh is?
Should we explain what Smosh is for anyone that doesn't know?
If you somehow don't know, Smosh is one of those rare channels that started in the very beginning of YouTube and are still around today. Started by lifelong friends Ian Hecox and Anthony Padilla, the channel was them goofing around, making absurd sketches about random bullshit. And then they grew and grew and grew. Suddenly, it's not just 2 guys, it's a whole cast. And it's not just sketches, it's music videos, gaming, animation, talk shows, game shows, movies.
From the inside.
Smosh the movie is the worst thing I've ever seen.
They got bought out by a big media conglomerate. The 2 guys that started it had a falling out. The media conglomerate filed for bankruptcy, and for a bit, it looked like Smosh would cease to exist.
Then somebody goes, have you seen the email? Effective immediately, defy media, ceasing business operations. So we were all just like in the middle of work at the office. Everyone gets this email and it's just like, it's over.
But these beautiful assholes got through all of that. Famously, Red and Link from Good Mythical Morning bought them, then Ian and Anthony reconnected, bought Smosh to make it independent once again, and now, some 20 years later, we're kinda back where we started. Ian Hecox with Anthony Padilla, now back at Smosh, continue to make sketches that consist of the 2 of them exchanging obscenities. And isn't that wild? What changed between then and now, except the fact they're 10 times hotter? Let's take a look at the new stuff they made, compare it to the old, and talk about what works and what doesn't in both eras. Are they the same, better than ever before, or just f***ing awful? And does it even matter that they still do this shit? We'll see. This is the ultimate needlessly serious analysis of dumb YouTube videos. First, I suggest we start by selecting the types of Smosh content we'll look at. For the purposes of this video, I'll talk about a standalone sketch, an old sketch from 10 years ago, as well as a sequel they did to it now, and compare some music videos. Everything discussed today will be linked in the description, and I highly suggest you see them for yourself after watching this. Let's brush up a bit on our Smosh history, shall we? One of their most popular classic era skits was 2013's Stop Copying Me, currently sitting at 32 million views. And let it be known, I'm about to make them 33, I swear to God. The sketch is about Anthony and Ian getting stuck saying the same thing at the same time. Both think the other's copying them, and they get mad, and then this happens.
I'm gonna knock you out so I don't have to hear your stupid voice saying everything I'm saying! Eat this, bitch! Wait, I don't know how to punch!
The whole thing's pretty immature. It's very loud and, dare I say, emblematic of its time. But is it funny?
Well, yeah. If you're a dumbass.
Luckily, that's exactly what I am. Everything from the stupid set design to their comical overacting in these very well coordinated lines is just so nostalgic. They get a surprising amount of mileage on this one joke, getting increasingly madder and more desperate as time goes on, until Ian f***ing dies in the stupidest, most low budget way possible. I love this video because you can tell they're having tons of fun recording it. I mean, they're really selling it. It feels like Ian genuinely was stupid enough to punch the wall by mistake and then himself. You really believe these are just two guys that get into such humorous situations?
Man, we've been spending way too much time together. Like, damn. Like, damn. Damn.
But, of course, not everyone sees it like that. I played this exact video for my younger sister to see what she would think, not having grown up with the guys, and she thought it was bad. She said stuff along the lines of, "Nothing happened. The joke got old quick. They were being too obnoxious." And all of those are completely valid criticisms. While they were in their sketchmaking prime, even though they've always been raunchy, Smosh had this reputation that their stuff was for children.
Like, Smosh has always been stuff that we thought was funny, and it just so happens that children
love our sense of humor.
Perhaps this video doesn't qualify as high art. It's not universally funny, hasn't aged the best. The concept itself, though, could be genuinely funny with simply some more thinking behind it. Maybe a stronger focus on the physical choreography and thinking up more twists and ways to play around with the main joke. Given some years of experience, it would be a good idea to remake it, wouldn't you say? Well, that is exactly what they did on the skit's 10-year anniversary. Did the new version succeed in being funnier, or is it just lame and not an improvement in any way, shape, or form? Let's find out. Now, my sister didn't like this one either, but truth be told, she's actually just a hater. Let me tell you why 2023's Stop Copying Me is objectively better than the original, and, in my opinion, a pretty fun watch. It starts off the same way. Ian and Anthony immediately introduce the video's gimmick and tensions escalate.
Okay, stop copying me.
I'm serious, stop copying me!
Oh no, it's happening again.
But then, the script switches things up a bit. In the original, they try something to stop copying each other, it doesn't work, they get mad, rinse and repeat until Ian dies. In the new one, they go through a much more complex spectrum of emotions, reflecting more nuanced character growth. Starting off mad, but then getting excited as they try to get the other to stop copying them. When that doesn't work, we morph into genuine terror, then it's back to happiness, shortly before disgust overtakes both of them at the mention of
Lightning McQueen hentai! Ew, gross! Why are you even thinking that? Well, you were thinking it too!
What follows is what I can only refer to as a dance number. And after all of that shit hits the fucking fan, the bowl of nuts that was there in the very first version of the video reveals itself as a voice of corruption, maliciously whispering in Ian and Anthony's ears to get them to the final destination of the copying curse. Death itself. Ooh. Ah. They each grab a nut in perfect synchronicity and start fucking choking. In a last-ditch effort to save themselves, they try to call for help.
Quick, call 911! Okay!
But the 911 operators get sucked into the curse as well.
Wait, is that another 911 operator?
We're joking! Please help us!
Why are you saying the same thing I'm saying? I'm not, you are! Stop copying me!
It looks like there's no escape when suddenly...
Oh, that's better. I just swallowed it into my lung.
Same. Hey, look, we're not copying each other anymore.
And then even more suddenly...
See you next time!
And curtain call. Let me just say, what a fucking roller coaster. I don't know if this video can turn people into Smosh fans if they weren't before, but what you can say for certain is that they have indeed evolved as creatives. There's just so much more shit here. You can tell they really sat down and took their time thinking up all the stupid ways one could spice up this one simple joke. It's evident the skit was made with love and creative freedoms weren't stepped on. Both things that were getting increasingly harder to achieve for Smosh when they were still owned by Defy Media. Heck, the executive meddling was the main reason Anthony wanted to leave. Now that they don't have corporate suits breathing down their necks, the only thing left is the joy to be had creating something with people close to you. And with that said, I think we have the answer to one of the questions that I'm posing with this video. Can you still have fun in today's YouTube? Fuck yes, but having fun is one thing. Can you still achieve monetary success in the platform's current climate without losing your sanity? Let's look at another sketch to figure that one out. Like a lot of YouTubers from their era, Smosh liked to do a shit ton of parodies of everything you can imagine. I'm talking video games, movies, TV shows, famous people. Their jabs don't always land.
Thanks for letting me wear your thong.
Oh, I don't wear thongs, Barb.
Wait, then whose thong is this?
but oh boy when they do, and parodies are something they haven't stopped doing. In fact, one of the new sketches lampoons Mr. Beast and the epidemic of his copycats. I think this would be a pretty interesting video to look at, because it's old heads poking fun at the new generation. Are they out of touch in doing so, or do they hit the mark? Can Ian and Anthony modernize their classic format and survive in the current climate?
Just play the video already, goddammit!
Okay, let's watch it, I guess. So first off, I'd say they recreated the style pretty well, right down to that stupid font. Ian embodies the persona of a guy desperate for clicks really well, with Anthony and the goat Shane not falling behind as the token friend characters. They do a very good job embodying the escalating absurdity of your average Mr. Beast inspired joint, while not appearing hateful or mean-spirited.
Oh, she stepped outside the red circle!
There's no circle.
Oh, and the last one to leave the circle wins a real-life Fortnite Battle Bus Squid Game.
A lot of the jokes are just random bullshit, but most of them land, because once again, they're brimming with personality. Everyone's giving it their all. Even the sidecasts have been here for so long now that it's second nature to them to confidently spout ridiculous sentences. Each character has a standout moment or line. Ian has a whole bunch. By the end, he's so far gone that he kidnaps his friends and forces them in a Saw-style torture chamber. Wait, this is a clip from Jimmy's Amazon show, I'm sorry guys. He locks them in a Saw torture chamber for a chance to win 1 year's supply of his chocolate. They also take a jab at the problematic sponsorships these types of YouTubers tend to accept.
My favorite thing about this product is it's extremely addictive. Discount code MouthCancer.
Every nail is hit on the head in my opinion. Whenever they take jabs, it doesn't feel out of touch. It's an absurd recreation with some clever objective criticisms, like any good parody should strive to be. So, Smosh aren't dinosaurs needlessly yapping about past glory days. They still have stuff that's worthwhile to say. However, this is not the main question I'm trying to answer here. Are they still successful doing these old school sketches that worked so well for them before? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If Smosh was created today, there's no way they would have gotten 20 million subscribers. Nowadays, people want to watch feature-length documentaries about creepy Minecraft YouTubers, and weird street interviews, and useless drama slop, and whatever the f they got going on at YouTube Shorts. Or did I just lie? What if those actually aren't the only things being watched today? To be quite frank, 20 million is a big number. I can't say for sure that a channel making mostly short-form skits could ever get to that point again. But look at what we have now. There's people like Jackpot, Trevor Wallace, Stephen He, the emotional damage guy. These views are nothing to scoff at, and these aren't the only guys achieving such success with this type of content nowadays. Against all odds, sometimes the algorithm still smiles upon people whose content isn't that suitable for stacking hours of watch time. Specifically, Smosh may not be getting the same amount of views they did in their heyday, nowhere near in fact, but I would say they're sustainable. They're still around after all. Yeah, they haven't made a sketch in half a year as of writing this, but they have this late night show going. I watched a bit. It seems like fun.
I feel like everyone is against me. Everyone's being paid off by the government here. It's very clear. Even the cameraman, that's why I'm not in focus.
That's awesome. Am I in focus?
And not just them. A lot of legacy channels are adapting with the times, experimenting and making more varied content than ever before, all while still taking the time for a classic style video every now and again. So, I guess there's the second part of the dilemma answered, huh? YouTube's different now, much more complicated than how it was in its early years. But here you have people who somehow hustled through the platform's entire existence, and they're not done yet. As for the chances of success for anyone starting to upload only now, subscribe please, they are slimmer than ever, but they do exist. So if you want to make something, no matter what, do it, film it, edit it, upload it. You never know who out there could join in on the fun you're having. That may be the only good thing left about this godforsaken website. And with that, I leave you folks. Thanks for watching and have a great new year. Oh yeah, almost forgot to talk about the music they make. Wait, hold up. Let me just find, oh yeah, here it is. This is an old one. It's, yeah, it's really funny. Dick's Insider, you get it? It's like, it's a bit of a dirty joke. Alright, let's play the new one now. Yeah, that's the new one. We got this, yeah. The new one over here. Yeah, that's the new one over here. Yeah, that's also pretty funny, yeah. The instrumental's pretty interesting. Yeah, I like it. It's also good. Okay, now we're done here. Bye bye.
Objection!